Matt Lenihan for Boxing Social in association with William Hill, Empire Fight Store. Delighted as always to be joined by the Beast from the East, Mr. Anthony Yarde. You are back, you're getting back in the ring. It's a good undercard to come back. I know you've had a bit of issues with opponent pull-outs, but happy to get back in the ring and just to get that rust off and to get back out there and show your skills.
Well, definitely, that's the priority, to get back in the boxing ring, fight in front of a crowd, get the knockout win. Again, I don't overlook any opponent. We was meant to fight Ricky Summons, which was a good comeback fight for me. It's like people forget, I come back off of a loss. You know, on my record, it's going to be put down as a loss. The corner for in the towel.
A learning fight.
A hard fight. So it's like, people want me to come back, who's these guys you're fighting? You know, they're not at your level. Okay, but they're going to be put in front of me to help me get more experience. I still got to go out there and win the fight, which is not an easy task. And I take every fight seriously. Again, Ricky Summons pulled out last minute. They said to me, we're going to get you on another show. I said, no. Please find me a replacement. I've trained hard. I don't care about the style. Just get me someone in the ring where I can go out and perform in front of a crowd again. I've been out of the ring for 9 months. It's a long time, so I just want to get back in there.
You're almost in a no-win situation, because if you're saying, look, get me an opponent, your option is you either fight someone who maybe in the eyes of the public, if they don't know someone, it's like, oh, why is he fighting this guy? But ultimately, if you don't keep the tools sharp, you have extra time out of the ring, you miss out on that, you know, that feeling of getting in the ring and going out there and performing, especially after that fight you've just had, because candidate fight of the year, you know, a tremendous fight, but you need to keep sharp because the big fights are still coming. So, yeah.
Exactly. You hit the nail on the head. Some people get it, like yourself. Some people don't, but I focus on the people that actually get it. So, it's a career. People don't even know this as well. There was world champions, active world champions. So James Toney, go look at his career. In between fights, he was fighting people in other countries, off camera. Keep his experience, keep himself sharp. People don't know about boxing. As Fred Mayweather's uncle said, most people don't know shit about boxing.
Absolutely. Well, look, we're talking about big fights. But I want to just talk to you. You were always one of these who people said, oh, he's fighting journeyman, knocking people over. But then when you fight a Kovalev, it's too big a step. But it's like, well, what do they want you to do? So you've done the Kovalev. We know what happened there. Beterbiev ranks #1 in division alongside Bivol. A great fight. Nearly went your way in some parts, you know, and you learnt a lot from the fight. What's the biggest thing you've learnt about fighting these elite level champions in your division? What's the biggest thing you're taking away?
The biggest thing I've learnt is that I belong there.
Is what?
Is that I belong there. So it's all good saying it to yourself, but then you've actually got to go in the ring and actually do it. So I've done it, and I've shown that I'm at that level. So both fights, you know, there was times when people thought Anthony's going to do it. That's a big bonus for me, because going into the fight, everyone's like, this is a mismatch. Anthony's going to get himself knocked out early. It's a mismatch. But then in the fight, people are saying, Anthony almost done it. That's what I look at, the positives. So when actually they say that, you know, Jerry wouldn't feel so good if it wasn't for pain. Words 50 Cent.
I know.
So going through all this, you know, these low points, when I'm on the high point, it just feel extra good.
Also as well, I feel like your team has sort of evolved as well, and people are really sort of seeing the true work that you put in, because yourself, obviously, Tunde has always had that criticism, but since then, obviously, if you look at the fight with Beterbiev, it was about, you'll come again, you'll have another day, and I'm sure as the fighter you were in that ring going, you know what, no, I'm still going now. But ultimately, I'm sure looking back on it now with a clear mind, a fresh set of eyes, and maybe not the fighter's head, you look and go, you know what, he did the right thing, because it shows, obviously, he isn't in there just to chuck you to the dogs and see what happens, see what's left here. He's saving you so you can one day again challenge, because so many big fights out there. How's that relationship come along and develop with you and Tunde? Because people are seeing it a bit more now and in a better light.
Again, it's me, Tunde, it's Ade, Martin's back, it's James Cook. It's a family. You know, we got Joel, he's coming through. We're a family. It's not just a thing where, you know, we're together and we're not, or whether it's a family. Like Tunde talks to my family, like Tunde talks to my mum. Like it's actually a family situation. I call him uncle. We argue like father and son. Do you know what I'm saying? We actually argue. I'm like, shut up, man, you idiot.
I heard you earlier having a back and forth.
Yeah, and then he's saying to me, whatever, man. Bruv, you're always late. And because we're actually like, we got that family unity. Stage collapsing behind us.
It's going down.
But yeah, we always just want to get better. That's how we're bringing people in. We're listening. We're studying. You know, we're asking people's opinions. We're getting advice. It's about growing in the sport. Everyone told Canelo to get rid of his trainer when he lost against Floyd. It's fickle boxing fans. People, they're always looking for a reason. They want things to change. And for me, I'm just, you know, this is how I am.
You've come a long way since limited and amateur experience. You've grown in terms of, you know, how many fights you have, about 10 or something like that, I think it was. You've challenged for world titles, you've moved on to that scene now, and there are big fights ahead. There's some big fights coming up. You always link with Buatsi, it's always going to happen, but there's Azeez there, that's a great fight. So regardless if there's any world titles on the line, there's always big fights. What do you make of that fight, and would you like to bounce in to fight the winner?
Who, Buatsi and
Azeez?
Of course. I've said it. Me and Buatsi have met a couple of times. And I think early next year, 2024, we got to get it happening.
That has to happen soon, doesn't it? Because it's now it's been built.
It's one of them fights. It just has to happen, and we both won it. I don't know if it was his promoter before that was stopping the fight. I don't know. I can't talk on something I don't know. But when we met face to face, we both won the fight, but it didn't happen. And I know Frank made an offer. I know because I was there. I was there, sitting there, seeing the emails. I saw it go through. The fight didn't happen for whatever reasons. But again, I can't talk in all the palaver in the background. He's with a new promoter now. He's with a new company. So hopefully we can make the fight early next year. Again, but he's got Azeez to worry about.
What happens if you get in the ring with either Azeez or Joshua Buatsi? What happens?
I think I'll win. And again, look, Azeez, yeah, I like to call him, he's like my boy.
He's come a long way,
He's come a long way. Early stages, he was saying the same thing about me, like, Yarde's the man. Then he said, I would love to fight Yarde because we're fighters. You know, we used to spar before, but it's just that competitive nature. You want to fight the best people out there. So, again, we're welcoming all challenges. It'll be good in the future.
Obviously, Beterbiev, who you've shared the ring with, Callum Smith, I think the fighting sometime next year, that got pushed back. You know what's Beterbiev's all about. You know, you pushed him as far as he could be pushed. Chance do you give Callum in that fight?
I give any boxer a chance. You know, he's got a good left hook. I feel like I showed a lot of Beterbiev's weaknesses. And again, he's 38 now. No one said he's going to be the same fighter after fighting me.
Yeah, I think people forget, obviously, even though you came out on the other end of that result, like them type of fights, they take it out of you. But look, let's wrap this up now. You've got a job to do tomorrow night. You've got a message for all the fans, everyone who's got behind you, the ones who stuck with you, obviously, when you had them defeats and bounced back. You've got a message for all these people.
Of course. The people that stick with me, I definitely see you. The people that are on the other side, hopefully one day you become fans or one day you become supporters. It takes nothing to support. Especially in a sport, something so hard like boxing. But again, people that are with me. I love you. People that are not, hopefully one day you are. The ones that are haters, I have nothing to say to you. You need therapy. And that's about it.
Lions in the camp.
Lions in the camp. Lions in the camp.